Anna Weber, We heard your performance. That was really beautiful, really exciting. I think I caught you breathing like one or two times, right? So, you know, the
Yeah.
rest
It
of it was
happened, yeah.
completely circular. So, but that was really fantastic. Can you tell us about what you did and how you structured it?
Yeah, well, there are people who don't know what circular breathing is
Oh,
either.
okay.
So you can start with the basics.
That, yeah.
Yeah, well, so circular breathing is a way of hiding the fact that you actually are breathing by when you are exhaling, you push air out through your cheeks, and then while you're doing that, you breathe in through your nose. Um, and it's a process that takes a while to be able to figure out how to do, and then it takes a lot longer to figure out how to do it on an instrument that takes a lot more air than just like blowing a sheet of paper against a wall. But yeah, I find it, especially for solo playing, to be very useful because I often want to create a continuous texture. Um, so who needs breathing?
It's overrated.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But yeah, in answer to your question about the construction of the piece, I I guess I've done a few solo things before, and I usually have a pretty set form. I mean, I am an improviser, but there's a lot of landmarks that I've predetermined, and in that piece, the whole end section with the chordal thing was. I mean, I'm sure this is obvious, but that was composed down to the note. And then the beginning section, I had a few, like I knew I wanted to start on a certain note, and then there was a bunch of different multiphonics that kind of came off that note with various just like slight manipulations of my hands. So yeah, I had that, and then I sort of knew that I wanted to do some arpeggio kind of like different stuff in the middle. Also to give myself a break from circular breathing because it is very exhausting after a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the opening was so amazing. I called our, Jody, who's like running the whole show, and said, "Anna is frozen." You were like so still and circular breathing, and the
Uh,
sound was coming out, and I just thought, wow, this isn't like possible, but it was amazing.
Thank
But
you.
Anna, I mean, just can you tell us a little about, I mean, all the sonic explorations that you've done, get these incredible sounds. Is that something you've done forever? Is it something you discovered part the way through studying the instrument? What can you say about your sound sources?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've always, since I started, I mean, I'm jazz trained, so I come from, like practicing a lot of bebop language in college, and then after college, I started becoming more involved in free improv scenes, um, and in a lot of these scenes, people had all these extended techniques pretty down pat, and I didn't because I'd just been focusing on playing bebop lines, which obviously there's nothing wrong with that, but um, I needed to spend a lot of time focusing on just how to get these other sounds out of my instrument. So yeah, like multiphonics, just like other manipulations of tone, air sounds, just finding all the little things that I feel like they're not seen as like normal playing, but actually they come most naturally to the instrument. They are what the instrument does. If you don't like, if you put a saxophone in the hands of like an 8-year-old, they'll probably play a multiphonic for, before they
And
have
they
control.
learn
So
it in their lesson, right?
yeah, and then they unlearn it, and then they like never they won't be able to do it again until like they're 20 or something. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of just finding the real idiomatic like soul of the instrument, and just trying to like once I find a new sound to figure out how far that can go. So yeah, it hasn't been forever, but it's definitely been a study of mine for at least the last 10 years.
I'm going to quote that idiomatic soul of the instrument. That's beautiful.
Oh,
I
thank
love
you.
that. That's great. Very cool.
Anna, thank you so much for the performance, and thank you for chatting with us.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me on this.
Great
See you next
performance.
time.
Thank you.